Well, I guess hell has frozen over because here I am, let's playing the second half of Cotton Alley, the last two levels. Something I legitimately thought there was a good chance would never ever happen, but you know, I kind of got the idea to give it a try, and I actually found that it wasn't all that bad. I guess the last, what, 2 months of lag time between the first part and the second part have made me a little bit better. My skills have improved a little bit. Not to say I didn't die all the time, and in ways just as heartbreaking as you saw right there. But, you know, on the whole, I didn't find it nearly as bad as I found some of the other parts of the game. In particular, when I recorded Cotton Alley the first time, the reason I was so discouraged from ever doing a part 2 was because of the awful experience I had recording that and then, you know, chopping it all together in the editing room. But in any case, I actually felt like kind of a boss on these levels. There's a fair few of them where I actually beat them on the first go around. And that might not be that comforting to those of you who are watching these videos, you know, hoping for tips. But in any case, here's a tip for you: just practice. I actually get a lot of questions about, you know, how do I beat X level, how do I beat Y level? Just practice, straight up. There's no secrets in Super Meat Boy. The secret is that the more time you put into the game, the easier the levels are going to be for you. Although, so many times I wish there was an easy out. Not for levels like this, but you know, for some levels a bit later on in the Dark World. I actually find the level design on these usually pretty fun, particularly the second half of the Cotton Alley levels have really unique level design. This one, for example, where you kind of have a limited number of tries at getting these keys, and I'm continually messing it up. But if you plan appropriately, you can do well, but if you don't plan ahead so well, you'll find yourself basically up shit creek without a paddle. Oh, like that one. I screwed over my left side, but yeah, I got the key off the right side, so it's all good. It's all good. This level is actually maybe the hardest one in Cotton Alley for me. I had seriously struggled with this. In particular, getting that first key. After that, it seems to be a downhill battle. But getting that first key and not getting beamed by that bullet bob there, has proved to be a struggle for me. And, you know, true to form, once I get past that, I probably will There's this level in the Dark World really makes me want to kill myself. And, you know, if I had an underlying history of mental illness, I probably would have gone through with that at some point during this Let's Play, considering the amount of frustration I've endured. But it's all been worth it. It's all been for you guys, for the fans. This is another level that actually I really dislike. Just does not fit with, like, my cognitive powers and my Super Meat Boy skills. So we'll do a little editing room magic and just put on the good run. There is no shame in struggling at this level. Like, I guess there's no shame in struggling at any of the Cotton Alley levels, but this one in particular. This kind of reminds me of the Super Gravitron in DVV, but I digress. This level really fits with my style of play. It's all about pattern memorization. Once you get this level down, it is not hard to beat. Pretty much on your first try every time you play it. Just you know, get that pattern of jumps down, and it should be no problem. This one is the exact opposite. These guys are probably my least favorite enemies, or, you know, these or the bullets that when they hit also shoot out other bullets. Bullets that shoot homing bullets. Anyway, you get where I'm coming from. The trick with these guys is obviously to get far enough away that they fall asleep, but, you know, you gotta come back this way, so pretty much you're just relying on speed here. Which worked out in the end anyway. This one is kind of like the level forces you to speed run it. You've gotta make sure you hit all the switches in rapid succession, otherwise you can oftentimes end up in a situation where you cannot go back to get them. So you've really got to make each run count here. You can't slow down for too long or you'll put yourself in a position where you have to commit suicide. Which I'm sure Team Meat takes great pleasure in making me do. But, you know, in terms of difficulty, this one's not too bad. I would give it maybe a 6 Jason Stathams out of 10. This one, you were pushing closer to like a 7, 8.5 range here. Basically, this one's just relying on the law of probability to kill you. Because let's see, there's how many saws on the whole level? Maybe 50 saws. You think each saw has maybe like a 2% chance or a 1 in 50 chance of killing you. That means, you know, more times than not, you are going to end up dying on this level. And actually, that is exactly what happened to me. What you're seeing is the choice cut from about 8 minutes of trial and error. This is the perfect run for me. At least I believe this is the perfect run for me. I might have egg on my face if I die before the end of it. But this is a good final level. It feels like a culmination of all your Meat Boy skills. Because the way they test you on pretty much everything you've learned so far in the game, except for, I don't know, lasers and fans. And this is where it gets tough with the complete lack of vertical clearance. But if you're just patient and, you know, first time you die you don't throw your controller through the screen, you can usually get through here. These jumps are the trickiest jumps in the game. Basically, you have no room for error whatsoever. So with this final jump, I've completed the Cotton Alley. Thanks for watching, guys. Long time coming.